What's up guys, Nick Rapazzi here. Welcome to the Paradise C6 YouTube channel. So we're back in the garage again, and I want to focus on getting the fuel system out and getting that all said and done. So first things first, we're going to take the wheels on both sides off, both inner fender liners, because we do have to drop both tanks to put the fuel pump in. And there is a, I don't know if it's in here, but here's the fuel pump and wiring harness, and trying to find that part that's gonna go on the other side while we have to drop the tank. It's right here. So this is a block off, because on stock Corvettes it's got a fuel pressure regulator and filter on one side, and we're going to be going to a regular fuel pressure regulator, which I also think is in here. Oh, that's the fitting to adapt it. Fuel pressure regulator. So we got an air motor fuel pressure regulator. It's 6 AN in and out. We're going to do a single return, block off one, and utilize the stock fuel lines for the inlet, just because it's simple and easier, and it's going to be enough for what we're going to be doing here. Later on we might change up the setup, but I just want to get this so we're set up for the horsepower that we're going to be running on this. So I'm going to get a few tools, get ready to put you guys into a time lapse, and we'll get the wheels and the fender liners out. Once I have both of those out, I'll check in with you guys and show you what our next step is. And I just want to show you, this is the main harness that's going to everything. You have it's got evap line that's going in here. Then you got the hose clamp that's holding the filler neck right there on there. And then these gas tanks, as much as a bitch as they are, they're kind of simple to get in and out. It's just you need to have small arms, but to actually drop the tank itself, there's it's looking like 5 bolts right here, 3, 4, and 5. I'm not seeing any other ones. And then you have to disconnect. I don't know if you guys can see up there, but it's a crossover pipe that goes to that fuel tank right there. And there's a collar ring on it right there, and I can't really get my hand up in there and film it. That you have to twist off, and then there's two lines inside of that you have to pop off. They are both push button, except for the only one that you're gonna need a fuel line for, and I'm pretty sure it's this one right here that goes to the front of the motor. Yeah, and it looks like you got the push fitting on it. So that's gonna be the push fitting style like the other ones that are up front. I'm gonna throw you guys into a time lapse. I'm gonna pull all these bolts off, get to that top crossover pipe there, try to get that loose. I might have to move this exhaust out of the way, but we'll get this side dropped down, and then we'll work on that side. guys, so this was the collar that I was telling you guys about, that the metal piece that was on. When I pulled off the collar, you're supposed to pop these out, so I gotta look at the lines when I actually take them out on what actually happened, because they just came out, the crossover lines just came out on their own. And then if you saw me going back and forth up and down a couple times, it was me trying to get that evap line off that's right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right up there. It's the evap line right at the end of the thing. That was actually stuck on. That was the hardest part of getting this thing completely off. But here it is, it's down. I do recommend doing this with a full tank of gas in here. I did fill up because I did drive it right before I parked and started doing this, so this is full. But let's pull this bitch out. Let's see what we're looking at working with here. So here's the fuel pump that we're going to be replacing. This is the wiring harness that we're going to be extending with the direct power that we got. And the other side. So I threw you guys back into a time lapse. We're going to get the other side down, and hopefully it's a little bit easier. I haven't seen much information on taking that side down, so it's going to be me just figuring out as we go. But hopefully it's as easy as this, and we'll have both sides out and get ready to put the fuel pumps in. Guys, so this side was kind of like a bitch because I couldn't get the crossover that goes inside here off, and this evap system line didn't want to come off either, so it was kind of a bitch. And then once I got this tube actually off, these weren't popping out of the crossover either, so that kind of sucked too. And yeah, the only thing other thing I need to know on the passenger side tank is you got this access panel here to get to all this stuff, to get this unplugged, just like the other side, and it literally just slid right out from the bottom. So the whole reason I needed to pull this off was for the block off plate, so that we eliminate the stock regulator, but it'll still pump fuel to the other tank at under I want to say it's 48 psi of pressure. Don't quote me on that, but that's what the fuel pressure regulator wants to see to pump fuel to the other side, because this side's almost empty, because it'll always use the fuel out of this one first before it uses the pump side. And yeah, so that's it. We got everything out. We're ready to start with the fuel system. I'll probably do it tomorrow. It's getting a little late. And run the return lines and everything, and we'll put the new fuel rails and all that kind of stuff on too. So I'm gonna end it here. It took a little bit longer than I expected, but it did go pretty smooth. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on what I did, or if I skipped anything, just throw them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. We just hit over that 2,000 mark, and I'm super excited to see where this thing goes. So we're getting very close to getting the turbo system and the fuel system on this. And before I do end this, I just want to show you guys one thing. So I did end up welding with a feed line aluminum welder, and it didn't come out the way I really wanted it to. There's a bunch of jagged edges inside of here, and I don't want any of that getting sucked up into the intake or into the intercooler. So that's gonna get redone. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I initially did, and I bought better cutoff blades. We can cut straight good lines, and then we'll get everything fabbed up where I want it, and I'll take it somewhere for somebody to TIG weld it, because it didn't really come out as good as the oil pan did. So, but on that note, we'll end it there. Hope you guys are having a good week. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and that like button, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.